Hey guys, welcome back to the Plastic Planet. I am Knick-Knack. Hey, I was just gonna do a little retro gaming tonight. Wait a minute. I'm getting like a Skype call coming in. Sorry, let me just take this. What's going on here?
Hello, Knick-Knack.
Kylo Ren? Is that you?
Of course it's me, can't you tell?
Dude, what are you doing with your shirt off? And are you in my bathroom?
I look damn sexy without my shirt on. And besides, your last video only got like 50 views. What do you want, like a Star Destroyer set with a bunch of special effects and shit?
Dude, Kylo. I'm not one to talk, man, but wow, you kind of let yourself go a little bit, man. What's going on?
Yeah, well, screw off, it's been the holidays and all. Been eating cherry cordials and shit. Those are frickin' good. So I take it you didn't like The Last Jedi?
No, man, I'm sorry. As much as I wanted to, I didn't like The Last Jedi. I didn't like it at all.
Obviously, The Last Jedi went over your head. It was too intellectual for you. You should go back and see it like 4 more times. Then you'll get it.
How can you call a movie intellectual when it doesn't even grasp the basic third grade knowledge of what it's like to be in outer space? Now look, I get it. Star Wars has always had some creative license when it comes to outer space and space travel. I mean, to go from one end of the galaxy to the other, it takes a ton of creative disbelief, but this takes it to new and far out proportions. I mean, come on. They open up an airlock like it's a screen door to let Princess Leia in after she'd been in the vacuum of space. I mean, never mind the whole flying sequence, which is widely made fun of. I'm not even going to go there, how ridiculous that was. I mean, when I was sitting in the theater, everyone was laughing, and not in a good way. So just forget that whole part. Just the fact that they opened the door and let her in without all getting sucked out. Man, it was just positively, just outrageous. Just the sheer lack of just basic scientific knowledge. My 9-year-old knows more about space travel than Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams combined. Man, and what was so frustrating to me is they just started basically inventing force powers. The force is a tool for storytelling, not a crutch. I mean, they had to basically bond Kylo and Rey together, and to do that, they had to invent this whole force Skyping bullshit. What was up with that? I mean, even in like Empire Strikes Back, when Vader and Luke sense each other, it's only because they're close by, and you can only sense people like through emotion and through pain and suffering and things like that.
Get with the times, Knick-Knack. The Force is just like a smartphone. You can like Skype on it and shit. Look how ripped I look. Look at my nipples. My nipples are hard, Knick-Knack. They're hard. Just like it was for Rian Johnson to make a good movie. Hard. So tell me, Knick-Knack, what are you? Are you Team Kylo or Team Finn? Who do you think Rey should hook up with in Episode 9?
Oh, man. I can't even believe you brought that up. So many elements of The Last Jedi with the whole Rey-Kylo dynamic. It so reminded me of frickin' Twilight. That's depressing, man. It's so depressing. Now, I don't even know what I want out of Episode 9 at this point. I don't even care anymore. And as a Star Wars fan, that's so frickin' sad.
Are you sure you're just not a butthurt fan? I think you are.
I'm not butthurt about it. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm a little butthurt about it, but, it was a big disappointment. I mean, I waited 34 years, almost 35 years to see Luke Skywalker on screen. And what we got was really disappointing.
What do you mean you're disappointed with Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi? What, did you want his character to, do badass things or something? I mean, like, get out a laser sword and save the galaxy?
Yeah, that would have been great, actually. I mean, it would have been far better than him, force projecting himself across the galaxy. I mean, that was just lame and weak. I mean, at least, it reminded me, all the force powers in this movie reminded me like the end of Superman 2. Remember when the villains and Lois and Lex Luthor show up at the Fortress of Solitude where Superman's hiding out, and they all start like making up all these Kryptonian powers that never existed before in the comics or the movies or anywhere, where they're like teleporting around, and then when Non flies at Superman, and Superman like whips off this like thing off his S, it's like a giant net. It was ridiculous.
Quit your bitching. I'm sure like Marvel fans would be totally cool if Iron Man in the Infinity War movie like has a weird nocturnal experience with a teenage boy, and then goes and lives on a desert island for 20 years instead of going and fighting Thanos. I'm sure they'd be cool with that. And then when he does show up on screen, he's a little bitch. Yeah, no one will complain about that. I don't know why Star Wars fans are so butthurt. Only real fans love The Last Jedi. You should just love it or shut up.
Man, I don't know, dude. Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Really? You think so? Oh, that's like the coolest thing anyone's ever said to me, man. Thanks, Knick-Knack. I finally sound like a Sith. Oh, that's awesome.
Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet. With your host, it's Knick-Knack!
Hey, welcome back to the Plastic Planet. I am your host, Knick-Knack, and joining me, as he sometimes does, is my good buddy, Uncle Pat. How you doing, Uncle Pat?
Doing fantastic.
Did you have a good Christmas?
It was a Christmas.
It was a Christmas.
It was a Christmas.
That's about all you can ask for when you're middle age. It was a Christmas, which
Yes.
means it wasn't. No one knocked over the tree.
We survived.
No squirrels in the house. No, sounds like it was great. Well, anyway, we are, as you can see, we are ready for 2018 in this episode of the Plastic Planet. But in being ready for 2018, you also need to look back at 2017 and what it was from a collector standpoint, anyway. So we're going to be talking about some of the items that we most loved out of our collecting in 2017.
We had some good things out of 2017.
Absolutely some good things. It's not necessarily a countdown, but we're going to be going through some of the items that we really, really dug in 2017, as well as going through some recent acquisitions as well. Because we got some new stuff
We
to
got
talk
some new
about.
things. Well, Christmas did come, right?
That's right. So we're going to be going over that. And let's get to that, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Alrighty, so one of the first things I want to talk about that I picked up in this last year, and you've seen this helmet in the background of almost all my videos so far, and I did get this just last fall, I believe, right before I actually started doing videos, so I never actually did a review on it. I mentioned it in one of my tours, but I've never actually done a real review on this piece, and this is a great piece, I think. This is my EFX official prop replica Darth Vader helmet that I picked up via Sideshow Collectibles, actually. I paid right around $300 for it, so it's roughly the cost of a Hot Toys figure. I really do love this piece. I'll kind of turn it around a little bit. The one thing I don't like is that it is actually a wearable mask, and Uncle Pat and I don't really dig cosplaying too much.
No.
Nothing against those that enjoy it, but it's not really our bag. So I'll never, ever put this on my head, but as a consequence, because it is a wearable mask, it does the grill is kind of see-through, as you can see the table through it, but that's okay. That's a minor gripe, again, because it is actually a wearable helmet. But I do love this piece a lot. One of the other downfalls of this piece, I think, if you do pick it up, is, especially if you're a collector like me, and maybe I can use Uncle Pat's help here while I'm filming, kind of lift it up there. That stand actually doesn't come with it. That stand is a modified paper towel holder with a tennis ball attached to it, which someone on some forum put me on that trick. It's actually a great trick, and it keeps it, it's a good place for it to perch. But yeah, that's actually a paper towel holder with a tennis ball. So it didn't come with a stand, and so that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, it's still a fantastic piece. I dig it. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this piece, Uncle Pat?
Well, so I mean, like you said, it's truly a prop replica, because obviously the one that David Prowse wore was a mask that he wore on his head. So in that sense, it's very true to what was really used. in the movies, or at least for a lot of shots. It looks just like what you'd expect. For what you paid, I mean, it's as close to having a life-size Darth Vader.
Well,
as most of us are gonna get.
for me, and that's been my goal. I've wanted a life-size bust, life-size Darth Vader. I kind of settled on just getting the damn helmet.
Right.
You know.
But it's great. I mean, it's a great piece for a Vader lover, man. You couldn't ask for more. Like I remember them talking about doing a Boba Fett, and I'm a big Boba Fett fan. I would want the same thing for
absolutely,
for my collection.
absolutely. It is nice. It's a nice change of pace piece. It's nice to have. It's action figures are great, but it's nice to have something that's sort of 1-1 scale. At least one or two things in a collection. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Mixes it up.
So that is definitely one of my pieces. Now let's talk about one of yours.
All right, so here's one of the things that I got in 2017 that I'm really digging. Now, I will say that I ordered it while we were watching the Broncos game, Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's right. You did
on eBay.
You did. And that Broncos game wasn't going real well, so it kind of like encouraged you to buy shit.
Exactly. So
yeah.
When life's not doing so great,
when life's other loves get in the way, you start buying shit. That's right. The way we are.
Yeah, you go to things that you love in the past, and so I was just admiring your Yoda.
Yeah, I do have this piece as well, which I do enjoy him.
And what I do dig about him mostly is that he is, he's an Attack of the Clones Yoda. And I'm a big prequel lover.
Right.
No apologies for that. And so I've wanted this piece for a long time. Found him for a great price. Fired him up. Just got him literally yesterday.
Yeah, that's amazing. You actually did have a very good eBay experience. I was amazed that you got him already.
Good price.
Yeah, tell them the price if you don't mind.
It was like $100. I think.
$100 for this on eBay.
Yes.
Sometimes eBay is so hit and miss, and sometimes when you hit, you hit. Sometimes when you miss, boy, do you miss. Yeah. But yeah, you did really good on this one.
And he was, completely new in box, and really was. This package was not opened. So first time we got him out was today. So. What I love about him is he comes with a ton of accessories. He comes with his chair from the Jedi Council throne room. He comes with his hover chair. It comes with like tons of hands, his lightsaber, his cane.
Right.
Pretty much any way you can pose this guy.
There's a million different display opportunities with this figure, which I dig as well.
2 heads. Wanted to show the other head there so you can kind of get an idea. One's more of a chill Yoda. The other one's angry Yoda, which I like from the lightsaber fight.
Right.
With Dooku.
I like that. I like the stern. I kind of went with the stern Yoda on mine as well.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. So, we could get into a real deep dive on this.
We could spend an hour talking about this figure. We literally could, because there are so many pieces and parts and to it that are great. For those who have it, my only complaint is, and maybe we don't have it out, but the hover chair only has a black stem on it.
Right.
Which a clear acrylic would have been better there.
Agreed.
But that's my only complaint with this figure.
Right. And that could be avoided if, say, you placed him in front of a black background. That black stem would kind of disappear.
It would disappear, absolutely.
Yeah. So
that's good. That's a good idea.
But yeah, I gotta say, just this figure's made me extremely happy. Right before we get rid of 2017 and go into 2018, take me back to some prequel love with Yoda from Attack of the Clones. So
awesome.
Digging this figure.
Awesome figure. Alrighty, so here's a piece that I picked up last spring that I'm really stoked about, and I showed this in one of my previous videos as well, but not into this depth. It's actually a Gary Frank designed statue from the DC Designer series, and this is a polystone statue with some plastic elements in it as well. But I really dig this piece, and like I said, I mistakenly thought it was a Jim Lee designer piece, but that is not the case. But again, I really dig this piece, mostly just because it just, I don't know, for me it kind of harkens back to, it looks a lot like Christopher Reeve to me.
It does.
And that's sort of what kind of got me really high on it. So, I just really dig this piece. I just dig the Lois Lane there, and I gotta say, this is like the sexiest statue I own. But I really dig Lois Lane there, and I dig Superman. It kind of really reminds me of Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder in the infamous scene from the '79 film when she fell from the helicopter, and he's like, "I've got you, ma'am," and she's like, "You've got me. Who's got you?" I just dig that. It just really screams that to me, and that's a nostalgia thing right there. But I really, really dig this piece a lot. It just really, really, really is cool, and it's a really nice centerpiece for my Superman collection.
Yeah, it's definitely, and it's in the round, as you can kind of see here, right? So a lot of options for displaying this thing, and you can definitely tell that Gary Frank was inspired And to your point, the designer series is based on artwork from comics, right?
Right.
Some scene at one point Gary Frank had drawn that was very, very Christopher Lee inspired, and you can tell it, like you said, from the movie. So.
Right. Yeah, I dig this piece a lot. I mean, this if I didn't have kids or dogs, this would be the kind of piece, or if I wasn't married, actually, this would be the kind of piece that I'd want to put on like a coffee table if I wasn't worried about it getting knocked over, or an end table, because it is absolutely awesome. I'm just kind of turning it with my hand here. But I love this piece a lot. There's so much detail in it. Lois's hair and Superman's hair, and it looks really good. I love the look on her face, and him just kind of with that sly smile. It really harkens you back to Superman being a friend. Right. That's my Superman. When Superman's just like, hey, who are you? Hey, I'm a friend. I dig that. I dig that. So, and the base is really cool too. It's just the Daily Planet. The Daily Planet. What would that be, like the building top, I guess?
Right. Well, they're big. The big planet logo at the very top of the building.
Right. Exactly. So that's really cool. So yeah, this piece was definitely a memorable piece for me in 2017 for sure.
All right. Next up here was a Christmas present from Knick-Knack himself to me. Fantastic. Look at this guy. An SH Figuarts Jango Fett. What can you say? I mean, they're the new 6-inch articulated scale figures that I think they're pretty hot right now. We've seen a lot. We've seen the Obi-Wan come out. They've had an Obi-Wan. They've had Anakin. Padme.
Absolutely. It's been damn interesting to me, and they do have sequel figures as well. They've got Rey and Kylo and all those. But it's been interesting to me the absolute demand for the prequel figures on these.
Right, but I thought the prequel movies were bad. Right?
Well, that was what I always thought too. But apparently, people really like the prequel figures on these, which I do too, because I think they're fantastic.
Yes.
Especially this Jango Fett.
Yes. So, and as you can see, I mean, there's so much articulation. You literally can pose him in any position you can think. He comes with multiple handsets for holding guns. Firing his grappling hook. He actually comes with an extension for shooting the grappling hook, so it kind of looks like an action pose. Comes with separate guns. I haven't gotten into too much posing with him yet because really, I did just get him for Christmas.
Yeah, and you were nice enough to keep him in the box long enough for us to kind of review him.
That's
too.
right. So we could do this here for all of you. Right. Yeah. I think one of the great things about this level of articulation is what you can kind of see here, right? It allows for full joint bending. Instead of just a 90-degree angle, you get, full, I'll even show you here.
Yeah, pick it up and show us, yeah.
Full articulation all the way up, very natural.
Look at that. Look at that. That's almost 90 degrees.
Right. Well, that's beyond 90 degrees,
that is great.
Look at his knees, too. Same thing here, right? You can get into a position where his knees are fully bent. Same with the feet. You actually have feet articulation. To get into some of those positions, right? That normally.
Look at the feet too. Oh, you did, yeah.
See, so like
you can get them in
like
that. You can get them in that really badass like crouching photo position, like they use for like some of the publicity shots they use for episode 2.
Exactly. So you can get kind of a view there of. The scale of the articulation you can
these
get.
These things are really, really cool. I have to admit, when I got this for you, I bought it from Amazon, by the way, and this figure was actually pretty reasonably priced. He's out there for just a smidge under $50. And some of these, like I said, like the Anakin, the episode 2 Anakin, he's going for over $150.
Right.
And the Padme is like sold out.
Yep.
It's amazing. But he was one of the more reasonably priced ones. I think the episode 2 Obi-Wan's pretty reasonable as well. But I have to admit, when I got this, I checked the box for you before I gave it to you. I pulled out of the box and I was like, holy shit, that's an amazing figure. I was like, wonder if you wouldn't mind if I just like gave him that Resistance Black Series Leia instead, and I just keep this for myself.
Right.
But no, that's not the spirit of giving now, is it?
No.
But no. But I was just absolutely amazed. And these could be these. I mean, these are like if you just can't quite go Hot Toys, this is a close second.
It very much is. It's it gets you all of the fun articulation, the great detail that you get from a full scale figure, but a fraction of the price.
Yep.
And
what's nice too is that if you want to. And this is such a mockery to put this piece of shit next to this beautiful thing. But I mean,
I can stand them up here.
They can be displayed with the Hasbro Black Series, as you can see here.
Roughly the same.
The same scale. But we're not even gonna get him out of there. But yeah, that's just an absolutely beautiful figure. Alrighty, one of the last figures I want to talk about that I got in 2017. Of course, outside of that my awesome knockoff MP36 Megatron, but I've reviewed that thing to death, and so I don't think we need to bring that back in. If you want to check it out, check out my transmission. I forget what transmission number it is, but check out that video if you want to check out my thoughts on the MP36 Megatron, which is one of my uber favorite figures from this year. But this is my other uber favorite figure from this year, and that is the Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker in X-Wing / Snowspeeder gear. I freaking love this figure a lot. Just the way the soft goods feel on him is fantastic. Yeah, it's a great figure. The face sculpt, if I can get in close, right. The face sculpt on this is just amazingly awesome. He does come with another head, and maybe I should have gotten that out for you guys, but that's down in storage. I really didn't want to dig away for it. It's absolutely awesome. This figure, unfortunately, actually isn't even available from Sideshow Collectibles anymore. I do note this is not a Hot Toys figure, although the quality is of Hot Toys standards, in my opinion. This is a Sideshow Collectibles Luke Skywalker. But again, absolutely fantastic. The snow skiff here, that actually comes from my Hoth Luke Skywalker that is on my Tauntaun currently, so I borrowed it for this figure. But there's all kinds of display options with this. You can have him with gloves, without gloves, with the helmet, without the helmet. So, you can have him displayed more in a Dagobah sense as opposed to a Hoth sense. Right. To me, he's out hunting at walkers right now, which is what Luke Skywalker does. Ryan Johnson. That's what Luke Skywalker does. This is Luke Skywalker being a badass. I freaking love this figure. Compliment my figure, Uncle Pat.
Well, right. I mean, you've pretty much said it all, but I think to your point, this is up to the standard of a Hot Toys figure. Honestly, when you got it, I thought it was Hot Toys. I didn't think it was Sideshow. I tried to get this myself. I was too late, unfortunately, so I just have to come over here and drool over Knick-Knack's amazing figure. If you look into the detail of the soft goods, right, where we're talking about like the staining on the jacket and they just the battle, the scoring on the helmet,
carbon scoring, yeah.
Yes, it's perfect. And obviously it comes with two helmets so that you can have a real sized, appropriate size helmet.
It comes with two heads.
Right.
You can have one with and it's appropriate and it looks great. And the other one without the helmet looks great as well. And I probably should have gotten that out, but I'm lazy. But I'll just kind of...
One question. What about the lightsaber? Does it light up like
the lightsaber does not. It does not have a light up lightsaber like the other one, the Hot Toys one, which is unfortunate because that is an amazing, awesome feature, even though you really don't display them like that because the battery will die on you.
I'll say this. It's a great color blue for the lightsaber. That I think one of the things that I'm not as big a fan of on my older Hot Toys with their lightsabers is that it's more clear. It's
right.
Sort of
you mean your older
faded.
Sideshow?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
But that nice bright blue color. It really helps.
It is nice.
I like that.
It is nice. I really dig this piece a lot. I was really on the fence. I was either going to get this piece or the Hot Toys X-Wing fighter Luke Skywalker from A New Hope, and I just kind of went with this one just because of the diversity, the versatility of is that a word? Versatility.
I don't know if it's a word.
The different display options you can do with this. Like I said, I could display him with my you could
say diversity of the Force.
Diversity. I could. But there's so many display options with this. Like I said, I could put this with my Hoth stuff. I could put this with my my Yoda hut over there. There's a lot of different display options with this piece, and that's why I went with this one as opposed to the Episode 4 one, which also looks like a nice figure as well. So
yeah, and I mean to add to that too, when it comes to Luke Skywalker, I think this was a figure that or a look that I think most of us as kids really loved. I mean,
it is
right because he's flying a snow speeder. He's out there, jumping up to AT-ATs, with a grappling hook and throwing bombs in them.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Then he goes from all of that straight out to Dagobah.
And being humbled on Dagobah.
Right.
Being humbled on Dagobah. Crash landing his ship on Dagobah into the swamp.
He was a badass, but he had things to learn.
But he had faults.
Yeah.
That's called a hero's journey.
It is. And this outfit is very iconic of Empire Strikes Back, and I think one of the strongest visual parts of the movie, and I think that's why this figure's so awesome. It's just, it brings you back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love this figure. Alrighty, and one of our final items we're going to talk about today, and this is actually yours. I just wanted to say, though, sometimes $8 can buy a lot of fun, can't it?
It really can. This was an $8 figure.
But there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's different levels of this hobby, and we all aren't fortunate enough to be able to blow through. Well, hell, I shouldn't be blowing $300 on any figure ever. Honestly, I shouldn't be.
Right.
You guys haven't seen my credit card statements lately, but this is a lot of fun.
It is. We were out. I mean, honestly, we were just out putzing around, at a big box store at Walmart, and just saw this out of the corner, like, it tickled our fancy. It tickled mine enough that I was like, $8, done. It's one of their 12-inch. It's one of the standard 12-inch line that Hasbro's now doing, where they're literally like 5 points of articulation.
Right.
They're almost static.
They're
figures.
beyond basic. They are. And most of those figures are kind of crap.
They are.
I mean, at least from a collector's standpoint.
They're terrible. But we saw this, and I think the main thing, and it's kind of sad, it's like, Barbie and her hat.
Right.
Or Malibu Stacy and
her,
she's got a new hat.
She's got a new hat. Right.
But he's got a snake. So, but it took me back to Kenner, to our childhood Yoda, right? We came with the orange snake, and he comes with some other accessories. He came with his cane. He comes with the lightsaber.
Little lightsaber.
He doesn't have, like I said, he doesn't have much articulation. But it's a good likeness.
Right. Right.
Just a fun.
Anytime they throw that damn snake in, they know they're going to get you.
They're
going to get you, and they throw that stupid striped snake in there. Mm-hmm. They're going to get you.
Right.
Yeah. That's
well played, Hasbro.
Yeah. I mean, Oscar the Grouch had Wormy, and Yoda has Stripey, and we're going to buy him. God damn it.
Every time.
So yeah, well played. Nice. What's the word for that? Fan.
Yeah. Well, it'll come to us later.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, it's playing on.
That's playing on fan service. That's doing fan service right there. Yeah, absolutely. That's a fun figure, and for $8, yeah, that's absolutely awesome. I love this figure too.
He's good for. He's not gonna go in a place of honor. He's gonna go on my desk somewhere. But that's just it, right?
That's the kind of stuff you can take to work, and
Yep.
And I mean, if the custodian steals it, you'll be pissed. But
I might be irritated.
Yeah, but it won't be the end of the world.
Exactly.
It's still an awesome figure, and that's a fun grab. Okay, so the final thing I want to talk about that I got in 2017, and this is honestly my honest to God favorite. And this was a gift from Uncle Pat back there. We were always talking about what I get him. Well, he got me this for Christmas. This is. I'm not the artist. I'm going to let the artist who drew this, talk about it.
Sure. So this is obviously, as you've probably seen from Knick-Knack's collection, he's an uber Darth Vader fan, so I knew this would tickle his fancy. It's a oil on masonite painting. Basically, drew it freehand. Obviously, I'm sure you all recognize the image from Bespin, Carbon Freeze
most
Chamber.
iconic. That is so iconic. That's right out of the Empire Strikes Back storybook from our childhood.
It is
absolutely awesome.
I've been trying to paint things. I'm just working on my skills and trying to get better at oil painting. So I've been doing a lot of Star Wars paintings lately, and I had this big piece of masonite, which is basically pressed hardboard, and had an opportunity. What am I going to do with it? And I thought, well, I know what I want to do with Vader, and I know who would want it, and so here it is. So it took me a couple weeks, and if you go back to
I forget which transmission that was, but if you go back in one of the videos where we were brewing beer over at Uncle Pat's house, he actually has this underneath a blanket, and we were he kind of teased it to us, and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Oh yeah, we'll come back and see that, whatever. Yeah. And and this is what it was. And I gotta say, I was absolutely humbled to receive this, and if I could be so bold, I think what we're going to do, unless Uncle Pat has an objection to this, I'm going to have him put down in the comments section below the link to his website if you're interested in buying any of his art.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's got now this is pretty elaborate, and this is one of the perks of being best friends with the guy. So I don't know if this is something that he would this is not the kind of commissions he typically does, but he has a ton of Star Wars drawings that are a little smaller but still awesome.
Yeah, I have a number of 9x10 Star Wars drawings that I did for what's known as Inktober, where artists all over the world do every day for October they do an ink drawing. So I did a bunch of Star Wars drawings. I have a couple paintings, oil paintings that are smaller. They're 11x14. They'll be going up on the site pretty soon here. So I'll put that information down, and if anybody likes them, obviously you can hit me up, and
yeah, we're gonna definitely. I'm gonna have him put that in the comment section below, so you can hit that up. He's got a ton of cool shit, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, and if you're just a fan of awesome art in general. It's something to just at least take a look and check out. So anyway, this is the most awesome thing. This is like one of the most awesome presents I've ever gotten, and obviously I've gushed about it off camera, and now I can gush about it on camera. So again, thank you, dude. I love this so much.
You're welcome, man.
And here's the final piece we're going to talk about today. And I wish this was mine. This is an awesome figure. And this is Uncle Pat's armored Batman from Hot Toys. And you know what? I'll let you talk here in a second. But we're gonna actually give a detailed review of this figure next week. So we're not actually going to show it here. Tease.
Yep,
but we're going to do a detailed review of this figure next week. What were your first thoughts when you got this?
Oh well, I mean, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Batfleck. I like the direction that they're going in these new DC movies. Really dig it. And I love BVS. Unapologetically, I love that movie. And this scene is he's all battle damaged, right? And he's about to kill Clark. So
yeah, right.
That's what's cool about this figure is I missed the opportunity to get the undamaged one, and had the opportunity to get this one, so fired it up in a hot minute, and it just came in. And quite frankly, I haven't even pulled this thing out of the box yet. So
yeah, so this review when we do it, and we're actually going to do it now, but you're not going to see it till next week. That's the beauty of YouTube and show business. But so yeah, you're gonna get a live reaction to our thoughts on this figure as we open it next week. So that's the big tease. We're gonna be talking about this figure next week, and I personally can't wait. Alrighty, so thank you for joining us on that look back at 2017, some of our favorite items we picked up in this last year. Pretty good collector here, I'd say so.
It was. For all the ups and downs, we did get some good loot out of this year.
I think we did too. Speaking of good loot, I'm not going to do a full review on these things, but I just kind of want to show off some of the stuff that I found in the last just couple days. A couple Black Series, and you guys can go out. Yeah, I don't want to showcase this stuff. You guys can go out and find this stuff on your own. It's in the store. But got this Qui-Gon Jinn Black Series. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
That's a great figure. Got Tusken Raider. He looks great. That's a good one, don't you think?
I dig it. I bought it.
Yeah, this is a great figure. He's going to go great on a shelf. What else? Oh, look at that. Oh, Lando Calrissian himself. I love this figure. Yeah. This is my favorite. This might be one of my favorite Black Series, actually.
Yeah, it's up there, man.
It's up there. Figure. It's a great figure. And then the highlight of them all, my favorite. Oh, they're out there, guys. Go to your Target. Go to Target now.
You gotta find them.
Voltron Lions, dude. 84 Voltron Lions. I love this. Oh, this figure looks so great. And I'm going to open him up. He's going to be absolutely awesome.
But look what he forms. They form.
They do.
A 16-inch Voltron.
All four. Yeah, this is just part of it. So here's another $100 I got to flush. Fortunately, I got some gift cards from Target. So thank you very much to my awesome sister-in-law and her husband for hooking me up with a $40 Target gift card. It went to a good thing. I doubt they're watching this, but
probably
nevertheless, awesome. So thank you so much to Sarah and Dan. Thank you guys. So this is awesome too. So anyway. Once again, thank you so much for joining us on the Plastic Planet. It was a great look back at 2017. 2018 is going to be awesome. Do you have anything on order right now you would just want to talk about right now that you think is going to be awesome that you're getting in 2018?
In 2018, it's all Hot Toys, and I've got my Hot Toys and Sideshow, right? I've got my premium format Han Solo. He's coming. Got Hoth Princess Leia. We both got that one.
I got her coming
Hot
too.
Toys.
That's going to be great.
And then I finish out my Bounty Hunters with Dengar and Zuckuss are supposed to be coming.
That's going to be awesome. I do too. I've got a premium format Bespin Luke Skywalker coming. I only got like 4 more payments on that shit.
Right.
I've been working on that one since October. $63 a month. Sideshow comes and raids my credit card, but it's going to be so freaking worth it. At least it better be. And then I got the Hot Toys Leia as well on pre-order. Right. And speaking of prequel awesomeness,
yes.
I have Anakin Skywalker coming from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. About time Sideshow started doing some of those. So that's going to be cool too. But that's going to be like in August, guys.
It's always off. Yeah.
So yeah, but that's coming in 2018 too. So 2018 indeed looks like a happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on the Plastic Planet. Thank you so much for my new subscribers that have come on in the last couple weeks. The show is blossoming like a flower in the desert. And I thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you, Uncle Pat, for joining me once again.
Thanks for having me.
And, hey, guys, keep buying shit, all right? All right? Keep it going. Keep it going. Let's keep it going. Once again, please like and subscribe. Need that to happen. You guys are awesome. All right, till next time. Alrighty. Well, Happy New Year to you guys. I really thank you once again for joining us on this episode of the Plastic Planet. Just a couple little things I picked up in the stores recently. Nothing worth, talking too much about because, you guys can see for this stuff in the stores for yourself. And Kim, can you not do that? Alrighty, so thank you so much for taking out... God damn it, Hayden, get out! I love you.
Okay, I have one more bag empty and then I'll be done.
Okay, you gonna put the dog food in now?
What?
You gonna do the dog food?
Do you want me to?
No.
I do that for you.
I know.
Is this too much loudness?
No, not at all, honey.
Oh, good. I'll keep it quiet, quiet then.
I love you.
I have one more bag, babe. One more bag.
Okay.